All right, today I'm going to teach you how to cut the patches for your patchwork pillow. First, you need to take your two smaller pieces of fabric. Those are the ones that you're going to be using for your patches. You need to have them right sides together. How do you know the difference between right sides and wrong sides? Right side is what I call the pretty side. Wrong side is what I call the ugly side. It's the side that does not have the dominant pattern or color. So I'm actually going to fold this, make sure it's nice and even. Get out any of the wrinkles. Make sure it's nice and flat. Then I'm going to take the pattern piece, which you'll get from Mrs. LaFrance's desk, and you'll place it on top of your fabric. I'm then going to pin the pattern to the fabric. How do you do that? You're going to push down on your pin into the pattern and the fabric. Once you push down on that, you want to make sure it hits the table. Once it hits the table, grab it from underneath and push it up. You need to have one pin in each corner. Make sure it's nice and smooth as you're going. You want the ballpoint part of your pin on the outside. If you have the pointy part on the outside, you could risk cutting yourself as you're cutting your fabric. Make sure you go through not only the pattern, but also the fabric. And then I'm going to place one more in this corner. Once I get to that point, I now need to get a pin check. So you'll need to put your card up so Mrs. LaFrance can come give you a pin check. I want to make sure before you cut your fabric that we have it correct. So I'm actually going to turn this around to make it a little easier for me to cut. You'll notice that my chair is pushed in and I'm in a standing position. It just makes it much easier to work when you're upright and over your fabric. All right, to cut your pattern out, you're actually going to use that bottom blade and go right next to the pattern. Do not cut on the pattern, but next to it. It's a nice slow cut. Take your time. It's not a race.